This query is to explain how to use the all clearance dates query. There's two purposes for the query. One is to create a list of students who need clearances, and the other is to produce a list of students by block that are in field experiences. At the end of it's a whole series of steps that kind of build to the final two pieces. The one contact per student, which includes all the students whose clearances are outdated. This would normally have M numbers and last names, but I deleted those for the purposes of this video. And it also produces a list of students who are in each field experience. This would normally have ID numbers and last names and email addresses, but again, I eliminated those for this video. So what's useful about this is not only does it show all the students that are in IRCH 496, for example, that needs a field experience, but it also shows within the block which courses the students are in. So this student is in all the courses in the block, but this student, Amber, might have had SPED 237 in a previous semester or transferred it in, or maybe she needs to register for it. So it at least gives you a good count of how many students are in each block and need each different kind of field experience. All right, the first step in the query is to pull all the students in the current semester that are registered for a course with a field experience. It's broken up into different tabs by different prefixes of courses. So the IRCH tab has all these prefixes and all these course numbers. Now, the reason that we need different tabs is because if we included all the prefixes and all the numbers in a single query, then it would pull all kinds of courses that don't have field experiences. For example, I believe there's an English 225 course, and so if we had English as well in the subject code here, it would pull all the students in that course, and we don't want it. So each of these tabs pulls different sections so that each tab pulls just people that are in the right courses. The section-specific tab is for unusual situations. For example, EDFN 320, 520 only has one section that has a field experience. And in the past, we had an English section, 56A, so that's why that's there. Each of these tabs has a term, starts with a term code. So you notice this right here is a filter, and it's set to the fall 2017. So when I run this in a minute, I'm just going to go, okay, for each of these tabs is going to ask me again and again, do I want it? And I'll just say, okay. But if I was to run this for the first time in the spring, I would have to add a new date to each one of these, 2018-20, or maybe the winter semester. I'm going to use it to check if anybody's registered in the winter. All right, so I'm going to run it. You'll see what I mean. I'd already put my username and password in. So this is asking me about the IRCH tab right now. So 2017-60 for the IRCH tab and those courses. Then this prompt, you can't see it happening, but it's the special ed tab and all the special ed courses, and then the EDFN tab, etc. So I'm just saying, okay. But if this was the spring semester, I would stop at each one of these terms and change the date. Okay, so that did it. It brings everything in here. Again, this is the key. This is the key tab here. But this one is also important because this lists every student that needs a clearance for every course. The last one just makes it eliminates duplicate students because so this is the key tab because these are the students that don't have updated clearances. But it depends on this table here because this table filters for clearance date. Right now it's set to everybody that's has a clearance date. That's the ultimate, most conservative date that takes into account all the other dates that are less than or earlier than December 16th, 2016. So those people that have this date or better are okay. You have to go 1 year less because anybody that got a clearance 12/17/2016, that clearance is good to 12/17/2017. So that's why the 16 is there. A really important thing here is that it includes the nulls. So that means it's picking up students that don't have any clearances at all. If this wasn't checked, then we would miss students that have never gotten a clearance for the first time. All right, so from there, it pulls just one contact per student, and over in the right, you would see email addresses and home addresses to generate a list of email addresses, or if you want to send letters home. The same table then becomes the all enrolled in field experience table, and it just creates this pivot table by parsing out which courses go with which field experiences and combining them like this. If the blocks change, this would require new programming. Somebody would have to do that. I don't know if that would happen, but at least it's good for now until there are significant changes in the way the courses are organized.